Welcome to all my travelers out there. I am your host, Darren Beckett, and this is the Global Travel Podcast. For those who do not know my travel resume, I've been to 13 states, 15 countries on 5 different continents, but it is not about me. Here, we are giving you quality travel tips, insights, and recommendations on all the best destinations for ideas to enjoy your vacations. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We are all clear for takeoff. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we reach our destination, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, click the bell, and if you can do me a favor, if you can, go into the comment section below, type in the words, "I got my ticket," and at the end of the show, I'm going to come back, I'm going to respond to see how your experience went with us, okay? So with that being said, on today's episode, we are taking a trip to Jamaica. But make sure you got your passports, your earphones, and something to snack on. We have a very special guest here with us today. But before I introduce him, let me just say this. Now, this individual right here, he's been to 10 states. He's been to 15 different countries. So if Jamaica is on your list, you definitely want to pay attention. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. Fonz Williams. What's going on with you, brother?
Hey, what's happening, man? Chilling out, bro. What's happening with you?
Good. Man, not much. Can't call it another beautiful day, man. I'm breathing. I'm healthy, so I'm blessed, man. No complaints on my end. So we all good. So let me see here. A little bit before we jump into the travel. Let's a little bit about who you are, where you're from, where you live, hobbies, work, all that good stuff.
All right, bet. So I'm from New York. The name of my actual company is called the New York Travel Guides. Me and my boy Ron, which he couldn't be on today because he's actually in the process of moving right now. But so we have the New York Travel Guides, and what we do is pretty much travel around the world. We have a video blog on YouTube, and we just show people different things about travel. Our biggest thing is about culture. We're all about indulging into the culture. We're definitely not about the regular stuff that people do, and we try to dive inside the culture, be a little bit more experimental with things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely like that. Immerse yourself into the culture. Really get to see, the language, the customs, the foods, the traditions, the festivals, whatever it got history, all that good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
like
do
that
that
type of travel.
touristy stuff. Yeah.
You know what? Good. Because that you give us a different perspective. So I like that. All right, cool. So other than travel, what are your hobbies?
Working out, playing ball, as much as I can. I got bad knees now, but I play ball as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, working out and just being with my family, man. Family first, always.
That part. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead. Let's get on this flight, man. Let's start traveling a little bit. So what's the first state that you and folks to immerse themselves into the country, or not the country, but the culture?
All right. So the first state that I would say that I really, really liked, I just recently came from there, was Cleveland, Ohio, man. It was pretty amazing there. And one thing, it was where we were at in Cleveland, it was very diverse, which was kind of shocking to me. Because, me being a brother of color, in certain states, you're not pretty, welcomed, whatever. And, when I thought about Ohio, and it was one of my friends, one of my boys, he's a Caucasian brother, young man or whatever, and he invited me out. He's like, "Yo, come to the crib, come stay in my crib." So I was like, "All right, man, I'm gonna come out there and check it out." But very, very diverse, man. It was pretty awesome to see. I'm not a political person like that or whatever, but it was a lot of it's definitely a blue state.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now, what are some of the things you recommend folks to do? Some of what the locals do. What do you recommend folks to do while they're in Cleveland, Ohio?
Well, definitely in the area we were at in Cleveland, there's a lot of little like just eateries right around the corner. Very um, you know, very industrial looking. A lot of breweries that they have out there. A lot of things to do like in walking distance. Like literally, we walked all over the place, bro. You know, I would say
Mhm.
5 to 7 miles or whatever, and we just walked. And there was so many different types of food. For instance, I went to one place. I really can't recall the name of it. I didn't list down all my names of the places or whatever, but we went to one place. You know, they had some tacos and stuff like that. That it was a Spanish infused place. Then from there, we went to an Irish place. Then from there, we went to American type bar. It was like really, really, you know, welcoming, warming, and excellent food, bro. The food out there is amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, as far as the food, what do you recommend specifically? What are they known for? What's good out there?
Honestly, I went to a lot of different restaurants. As far as the food, they have this one spot. Man, I forget the name of it. One of my followers, they sent me because I was showing that I was in Cleveland, and they was like, "Yo, you got to try this pizza." I honestly, I really don't know the name of the spot, bro, but they had this pizza there. It was like, it was actually really, really good. Now I'm from New York, and I'm all about my pizza. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but they actually they had it was very, very good. And this shop, man, I got to look it up to figure out the name of it. But it takes 2 hours pretty much to get your pizza. That's how good it is. Like they have to stand
Dang.
online that long, bro. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
And then
Right.
as far as food, also too, they have we went to one place. They had one place that served. I don't know if you guys are into beer and donuts, but it's a weird mix. But yo, it was
Yeah.
amazing, bro. I had a nice amber ale with a bacon glazed donut, bro. I tell you, it was so good. I ain't never had nothing like that or whatever. I've never experienced anything like that. Thinking of combining the two, but it was
Right.
pretty good, bro. Pretty good.
Don't knock it till you try it. Don't knock it till you try it. If you're into the beer, you're into the donuts, go to a spot that had the beer and the donuts together. Definitely different, something strange for me. But I mean, hey, you know, when you in Cleveland, Ohio, it's there for you. So try it out. Be a local for a moment. And
Yeah.
then, you know, a lot of good food. And then, you know, Fonz, he's from New York. He's into his pizza. He know he's talking about when it comes to pizza. So if he's saying that Cleveland,
Nah.
Ohio has some good pizza, you may want to pay attention, listen up, and try it out for yourself. So with that being said, man, Ohio is definitely surprised me. A lot of
hmm
culture diversity, like you mentioned. So definitely put it on your list if it's not already. Now, what other state would you recommend folks to go to?
Um, Florida.
Let's
Florida
go.
is
Let's go to Florida.
Florida is pretty amazing. I actually live in Florida. For a lot of people don't
Mm-hmm.
know that or whatever, because I'm a New York travel guy. But yes, I'm born and raised in New York for the Bronx, born and raised. But I moved my family out to Florida or whatever. So currently, Florida, I live in Vero Beach. If you like
Mm-hmm.
quiet, quaint, nice eateries and things of that nature, Vero is definitely the place to go. If you're trying to get away, like with your girl or something, and you want to just have a nice moment with her, and you know, no kids, anything like that, bro, Vero is definitely the spot to be.
You said Vero Beach. Is that it?
Yeah, Vero, Vero, Vero Beach,
Vero.
Florida.
Okay, Vero
Hmm.
Beach. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of folks they think when they think of Florida, they think of Orlando and Walt
Of
Disney. They
course.
think of Miami and South Beach.
Right.
You know all the
Yeah.
touristy areas. I actually
Exactly.
heard of a spot called. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Dustin or Destin? It's a
Yeah.
beach
Destin.
location
Yeah.
on the
Destin.
west side, Destin, on the
Hmm.
west side of Florida. So I hear that's beautiful. One of the local spots. So go ahead and keep. You know, what about the local spots you're talking about?
All
Some
right.
of the good
So
foods and what.
Vero is, like I said, it's a very small, quaint, quiet place. There's a couple of restaurants on the beach that are really really good. One Costa de Este, which is Gloria Estefan's hotel. She has a restaurant in there. I believe it's a Cuban infused restaurant. Very very good food there. It can get pretty expensive. Just want to give you that heads
Mhm,
up. It has the
mhm,
hotel itself has a Miami vibe to it. Real like Miami
Okay.
vibe, but it has a Miami vibe without the Miami personality. You know what I mean? So it's really quiet and quaint,
I
but
got you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Then you have there's another hotel over there. So Miami, so the Costa del Este, they like I said, the Miami vibe. So that whole Miami look, they have that there. There's another hotel
Mm-hmm.
right next door to it, which is the Vero Beach Hotel, and it's more of a traditional style hotel, but also very nice, very nice place to stay. Also, they have a restaurant in there. I think it's called the Wave. I'm not 100% sure on the name of that one, but also very good food is there. I've eaten there as well. Also on the expensive side, but it's definitely well worth it because you're literally right on the beach. I mean, literally, your backyard is the beach. You go right onto the beach. The hotel, beach. That's how it is for both of them. Yeah, it's
Nice.
pretty awesome,
Nice.
bro. And then you have a couple of other places on 14th Street, um, which is Vero, which is a little strip, and there's a lot of little different restaurants over there. And with those restaurants, you have one that's called Southern Social. Um, it's a play on Southern food that they do. It's really good. They have this one meal
Mhm.
that I always get, and it's the brisket fried rice. It's amazing,
Ooh,
bro. So it's a brisket
wow.
um, with they got the rice and it has what else they have? They top it off with a poached egg. Man, it's amazing. Like
Mhm.
everybody I bring there that comes to me there and they eat that drink, they be like, "Wow, this is some good stuff,
Mhm.
bro." So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely there.
yeah.
hmm Yeah, and
Okay.
let's see, what other spot we got? Well, go ahead. What you gonna say?
So yeah, I mean, if you guys looking to try something different, do something different, definitely try out Vero Beach. Got a lot of good food places, eateries and whatnot. If you're into the Cuban cuisine, got a nice little Cuban cuisine in there as well. And then it sounds like they got some southern food in there as well. Some southern play brisket fried rice is what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
It's new for
brisket
it's
fried
new for
rice, brother.
me. I'll try it though. It's new for me, but it sounds
Oh
like
yeah.
hey, it's something worth at least trying. So
hmm
okay, cool. Now, Florida, man, great time in Florida. We had a good time. Definitely saw some different places of Florida outside of the traditional norms. So let's go ahead and head to another state. What other state are we flying to? Where you recommend?
Man, of course I gotta recommend my home, man. New York, bro. Yeah,
New
all
York, New
day.
York. Okay, so yeah, we got to. So New York, we already know it's a lot to do in New York. It's a lot of good food. We already know that, but I'm sure you can touch a little further on that. So what we got going? What you recommend?
Yeah, well, New York is definitely the melting pot of the world, man. You can get pretty much any and everything. I definitely recommend me and my boy Ron. We're big meat eaters. Pause. We like steak, man.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
there's a couple of steak houses that we normally frequent or whatever. There's one that we frequent named Benjamin's. Now
mm.
you're talking about, and you can check this out on our YouTube channel as well. We actually go there and they have us in the back, and they're showing us them making the steak. We're making the steak. They got this bacon, but bro, I'm telling you, the steak first off is 28 days aged.
Mm,
So first, they have to go through that whole aging process before they even serve it to you. Then when
mhm.
they cook it, bro, it's literally they put it on in an oven. They put it on and they sear it, and it's like a high heat, like 500 something degrees is pretty crazy. And honestly, they just use salt and pepper, man, really, and that's it. And I'm telling you, and it's very disrespectful if you eat your steak any way other than medium rare or whatever. I'm just throwing that
Mhm,
out there to let y'all know.
mhm.
But bro, like the ambiance is amazing. The food, the steak, oh my god, bro. Like we usually get the porterhouse, and man, it's amazing. They also do this like appetizers. They come out with this bacon, but it's not bacon what you normally see. Like normally you got the little slim tabs of bacon. No, this bacon is about super thick, bro. It's thick bacon or whatever. They serve it. You literally got to cut it with a knife and eat it. It's the best tasting bacon I've ever eaten in my life, hands down.
Wow. Hands down.
hands
What is the
down.
name? You said Benjamin's? Or what's the name of it?
Yeah, Benjamin's. You got it. Benjamin
Benjamin's.
Steakhouse.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of celebrities and stuff like that go there. I mean, definitely it's you know it is an expensive steakhouse, but it's well worth it. Well
Mm-hmm.
worth it, bro. Um,
Yeah.
also, yeah. Um, yeah, and their signature drink. They brought out a couple of signature drinks for us, man, and that was amazing as well. I'm a big bourbon drinker, so they
Mm-hmm.
brought me out some old fashions and things of that nature, bro. Really good, bro. Really good. I'm telling you, yeah, you will not be disappointed.
Right.
Hmm
It sound good, man. I'm over here like, yeah, it's Benjamin's. Yeah, I like steak too. I'm a steak fan myself. So yeah, if you guys are in New York, you definitely gotta try Benjamin's out. Get the porterhouse if you're interested in that, or some other type of steak. And they only use apparently salt and pepper. So
Yeah,
which is different for me because my mom, she from her side of the family from Louisiana, so we use all kind of different spices and herbs and stuff. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
something I want to try. And then the bacon. You can't go wrong with bacon. You can put bacon in
Nah, bro.
anything, make it taste better. So cool. So what other places you recommend far as things to do? Let's go to things to do in New York.
All right, so things to do. So just recently, we actually did a video on our YouTube channel, it's New York Travel Guides YouTube. We actually went to the Bronx. It was actually our first time ever playing golf or whatever.
Yeah.
So, for a lot of black folks, you know what I'm saying, that are from the hood like us, like that's not stuff that we do, bro. Not at all.
Mm-mm.
So,
Right.
like we're into trying different things. So
Mhm.
we went ahead and tried something different, and we videotaped the whole thing, bro. It was hilarious. It was a lot of swings and miss, but it was fun, bro. Like what I'm
Right.
saying. It was get outside of your box. That's what we always promoting.
I
Step
like that.
outside your comfort zone. It's okay to be embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's what we do, man. So we do that. That's in the Bronx. I believe it was called Turtle Cove. You also had some horseback riding, things of that nature to do.
Hmm.
You can do all that. Like, there's so much stuff to do in the Bronx and New York, bro. It's just ridiculous, bro. There's, I mean, everywhere you look, there's something new to do. There's something new to try. There's some new drink. There's some new restaurant.
Hmm.
There was one restaurant that's pretty cool, or you actually go to the restaurant and they blindfold you. So the whole time it's dark. You can't see nothing. So you have no clue what you're eating or whatever. I
Wow.
forget the name of it. It's downtown in Manhattan or whatever. But yeah, you're strictly blindfolded, bro. Like, you don't
Right.
see nothing. You don't know what's on the menu. You don't know nothing. You're just eating. So it's an experience, and that's what it's all
Yes.
about.
Yeah.
And of course, you have the Broadway shows and things of that nature as well. As far as the Broadway shows right now, though, all that stuff is shut down because of COVID or
Hmm.
whatever. So the
Hmm.
city is not, if you're planning to visit New York, probably visit it a little later because a lot
Right.
of the stuff is shut down right now. So there's not a
Hmm.
lot, you can do. Um, but yeah, man, it's just so many different things. There's different tour buses that you can go on and take tours of the city, going to the Statue of Liberty, going to the Brooklyn Bridge. I mean, you name it, you can do it. Like, whatever you want to do, you can pretty much do it in New York. That's just
Hmm.
how it is.
Yeah. So true. So true. It's a lot to do in New York, man. You might as well just move there. You can't do it all on just one trip. So definitely New York is a place to be, especially when it comes to food. A lot of different culture, a lot of different varieties to choose from. And then, of course, we got to go to Benjamin's, man. The steakhouse is definitely worth it. Some good steak, some good porterhouse steak and going on. So yeah, let's go ahead and go across the pond. Let's go international now. So we had a good time in a couple states here in the United States. So what
Hmm
we have a little ways before we hit Jamaica. But what's the first country that you recommend that we should go to?
First country that I recommend that you should go to. Um, I like Trinidad, bro.
Let's
Trinidad
go to
was pretty
Trinidad.
amazing.
Yeah.
Trinidad was pretty amazing, bro. Like, all right, so I mean, from the moment we got there, bro, it was just crazy. Like, so we went to this one restaurant, which was a It was like a Trini Asian infused restaurant. I believe it was called Jackie's, I believe. And so anyway, we got there. We was like, our driver told us where to go. He was like, yeah, this restaurant's good. So he dropped us off. And bro, I tell you, this food was amazing. But first of all, the craziest thing was when we walked into the restaurant, they were sitting us down. They were like, yeah, we're gonna sit you down over here. Da, da, da. So they sat us down, but they sat us down with it was like 4 women sitting at this table, and it was just me and Ron, and they was bringing us over there. So I was like, all right, this is a little weird. You know what I'm saying? So they sat us down with the 4 women or whatever. So you know, of course, I'm not complaining. You know what I mean? But
Right.
but so they sit us down with the women or whatever. So we ended up sitting down. We are talking to them or whatever, telling them what we do, that we're the New York travel guides, blah blah blah. Come to find out, the lady that was there was the owner of the restaurant. So she liked us so much. She was like, you know what? I want to, you know, She's like, you ever eaten here? You know what to get? And I was like, nah. So she ordered all this food for us, right? And we didn't pay, and she didn't charge us for any of it or whatever. She was like, no, just make sure you write a good review. Da, da, da. She gave us all this Asian type food. So it was like, you know, a lot of Chinese type food or whatever. But then it had a Trini spin to it. So for instance, like, you know, if you had like some or Japanese food, like you had some sushi or something like that, they had a spice, because Trinidad is real big into their spices. So they had this spicy soy sauce that was amazing, bro. Like that, it gave it a whole nother level of flavor that I wasn't expecting, because I was looking at it like, no, I don't think that's gonna be good. But I was like, I'm gonna try it, because I'm always about the experience and trying it, even if it's not good. Tried it, bro. It blew my mind. You know what I mean? And then so after that, after we ate the food and everything, it was so good. She took us on a little tour of the entire restaurant. We took some pictures with her. It was just an amazing experience, and that was when we just first got there. And then a lot of things that we do, and I'll give you what we do as far as when we prepare for going on a trip. A lot of times I always stay with Airbnb. I usually don't do hotels because with Airbnb, I like to be in the midst of the people. So anyway, went through an Airbnb, had spoken to a young lady. We was conversing back and forth before we got there. So she pretty much had everything lined up, because normally I usually have a chef at my place where we stay. I always have a chef. That's one big thing, because I always want to experience the local foods. You know, I don't want to go to a restaurant and I'd rather somebody cook it for me right then and there. So that's what we had going on, where they cooked the food literally for us, which was amazing, bro. But yeah, so she pretty much set up the whole kind of trip for us or whatever, as far as places to go. And then she ended up hanging out with us the whole trip, the young lady or whatever. It was just amazing, bro. And she took us all over. So in Trinidad, you got different, you got the black Trinis, you got like the Asian Trinis, and then you also have the Indian Trinis. So we went down to the Indian area. We actually went to this what was it? We went to this Hindu temple. It was amazing, bro. We saw this big Hindu god they had up there that they worshiped. It was like half monkey, half like lion. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was crazy, bro. Like, and it was huge. It was huge. We actually met. I think you call him Dalai Lama. I don't know exactly what you call him or whatever, but it was like one of their teachers or whatever. We actually took a picture with him, and it was amazing. He offered us some cross buns, which is like a sweet pastry that Trinidad does, which tastes so good. And then also too, on the Indian side, if you ever go down to Trinidad, you always want to get doubles. Doubles is an amazing food, but you want to get it from the Indian side of Trinidad. You don't want to get it nowhere else, because it's like a curry bean paste, and then like a small wrap, like just straight amazingness in your mouth, man. Pause. But just straight good, bro. Like man, it was so good, bro. But yeah, man, Trini was amazing. Then we went down to the beach in Trini, and we had this bacon shark. And everybody's like, yo, what's that? Bacon shark? So yeah, it's literally It is. It can be not all the time, but it can be shark. Sometimes it's not shark. Sometimes it's
Okay.
another fish or whatever. But bacon
Okay.
shark. So it's like a big like type pita type bread or whatever with the fish. And then you have, once you go in there, you stuff it. They have all these different like onions and all type tomato, all types of stuff that you can put in there into your thing or whatever. Bro, I'm talking about one of the most amazing sandwiches I've ever eaten.
Sound like
So
it.
good. Oh my man,
Ooh-wee.
you do not know, bro. You gotta taste that. Whatever y'all do, bacon shark.
Bacon shark. So when you, all right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, in Trinidad, you have to try bacon shark. It's not, you can get shark, but you can get other type of fish as well. And then you can just stuff it with all kind of different little stuff to your liking. And you said pita bread, right?
Yeah, it's like a pita bread. I don't know if it is pita bread or whatever. It's like a pita bread though.
It's
But
like, okay.
honestly, it tastes better than pita bread to me. So.
Right. So Trinidad, and you want to go to the Indian side, I believe, is where you want to go. So when you go to Indian side, get you the bacon shark and
The doubles.
the doubles. My bad. Yeah, you go get you
Yeah.
doubles. Yeah, get you
Mm-hmm.
doubles. And it's just a whole bunch of stuff. And then also get you a personal chef, man. I've never done that. That's something I might actually put on my bucket list. Now, for the folks who've never had a personal chef, what is the cost about range on a daily, or what are we looking
Bro,
at?
so
I mean, I know it's different in
so
different places.
yeah, no, it's definitely different in different places, brother. But
Mm-hmm.
I tell you this. So every place I go to, I always have a chef, always.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So honestly, you're probably looking at about 20 to $30 a day.
Come on now. You can spend that on
Literally.
one meal. You can spend that on one meal easily.
Literally, bro.
So
Like it was yeah, like because the food out there is not expensive or whatever. Once you
right.
get out there with the American dollar just, you're a king. You got a couple of dollars in your pocket and you're good to go.
True.
So yeah, and the food out there and everything is not expensive at all. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's, to me, it's always best to have the chef. That's me and Ron's main thing, man. That's our number one thing, is like wherever we go, especially outside of the country, we
Mm-hmm.
gotta have a chef because we always about the locals. So then the chef be like, "What do you want us to?" It's like one of the chefs was like, "What do you want me to cook for you?" She's like, "You want what? Some eggs and bacon?" And I was like, "No,
No,
absolutely not." I
right.
was
Don't
like,
you dare.
whatever your local dish that y'all eat for breakfast, that's what I want. And they bring it out, and bro, it's literally probably the most tastiest food, especially if you
Mm-hmm.
get a good chef or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the most authentic food. It's with somebody literally cooking it, so you get everything. You get all the smells. You get everything. It hits every single taste bud. Like, bro, it's dope.
So is that 3 meals a day?
That's three
Breakfast,
meals a
lunch, and
day,
dinner?
brother. Well, no. I'm
Mm.
sorry. Two meals. We don't usually do three because we usually go out like for dinner or something like that or whatever. So
Okay.
usually like we have it for breakfast and lunch. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: when they bring breakfast,
Yeah.
there's really no reason for lunch. Because like
I
when
like
you
that.
think breakfast and you thinking, you got a little spread. No, it's a spread, bro. Like your
Yeah.
whole table is full of different foods and breads and all this stuff. Like, bro,
Ooh.
after like a couple bites or whatever, you're full or whatever. So you got
Right.
mad food left over if you want to eat it later. But usually, we eat like a nice good breakfast because we know we're gonna be out for the entire day. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we just do it for one meal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And $20-$30 a day is not a lot at all. I mean, you're not gonna break the bank. I mean, you gotta eat anyway, so you might as well have that local chef. And then you know what? How do folks where do we go to find the local chef? Do you just like localchef.com or what? Yeah, where do we go?
All right, so like I said, I don't do hotels pretty much unless I'm with the fam, but I usually do an Airbnb. So what I do
Mhm,
is I go on Airbnb,
mhm,
and then once I find the place that I think that is going to be really good for me, I reach out to them before I book it. So I try to see what they can give me or what they can supply. So I'll ask them like for one of my trips, like Trinidad. So when we went to Trinidad, I spoke to the young lady. I actually befriend these people. We go back and forth, and just kind of tell them what I'm doing. that we're the New York travel guides and we're going out and this is what we're doing. We're trying to experience the culture and stuff like that. So the girl that I was actually talking to was actually, she worked with the tourism board. So it worked out perfect. She knew a chef, and honestly, this be their friends. You know what I mean? A lot of times they be like, yeah, I got a chef, I got this person. So yeah, and they set it up all up for me. So just ask your Airbnb person, man. So that's what I do. So like, if my one Airbnb person can't supply it, I'll go to another Airbnb person. So for instance, the Airbnb that I stayed at was not that girl's Airbnb. Because her Airbnb wasn't this other Airbnb was cheaper. So I booked the Airbnb through that, but I still dealt with this girl as far as setting up for the food and everything else, and taking us out to clubs and getting us a driver, stuff like that. That's another thing that we do too. We always usually have a driver if we don't rent a car.
Cool. So yeah, if y'all never had a personal chef, man, you're looking $20-$30 a day. Definitely put it on your to-do list. It's definitely on mine. Is added. Just had to put that there, right there, like that. I like that because I'm a foodie, so I think that will work for me. So
yeah, for sure.
let's go ahead. Before we hit Jamaica, let's take another quick stop in another country. Jamaica is almost here. So what other country that we can just kind of quickly go over that you recommend?
Cuba.
Vámonos. Let's go to Cuba. We'll be bienvenidos. What's going on in Cuba? What you recommend? I mean, you know, Florida right next to Cuba, so I'm sure some similarities there with the Cuban food. But what do you recommend? You know, things to do and eating all that good stuff in Cuba.
Well, I definitely recommend going to the beach. The beaches out there are amazing, bro. I mean, most of the Caribbean countries, the beaches are amazing, but the beaches out in Cuba, bro, are just like crystal clear, bro. It's so clear, and another thing on the beach, man, it's just beautiful women, bro, all over the place. They're just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how beautiful they are. But,
but ridiculous. It should be a crime. Somebody arrest her.
Yes, please. Yeah. So I'll tell you a quick story. So me and my boys, you know, we were all on the beach, and you know, I'm about 6'2". My other boy Ron is about 6 feet, and then my other boy is like 6'7". So we all walking down the beach, man, and everybody's looking at us like we ball players or whatever. So anyway, another a guy was there, and he was there with his daughter. And as we were walking up, I mean, his daughter was beautiful. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. So as we were walking up, he's pushing his daughter, and he was like, "Hey, papi, hey!" So he's like, "Take her." So, yeah, bro, it was crazy.
What you want for her? What's going on? That sounds like a setup.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. But it was pretty crazy. But nah, the Cuban people are amazing, bro. We had a lot of fun out there. They were very, very welcoming. We went to one spot. No, you know what? I'm gonna tell you another quick story. So once we got off the plane, we went down and we were trying to find out, you know, something to do because we stayed at an Airbnb. They hooked us up at the Airbnb. They took care of breakfast, all that stuff. So anyway, as we were walking down, we walk into this dude, and he's like asking us, like, "Hey, man, you guys," because he spoke some English. There's another thing. Nobody speaks English in Cuba, so be prepared for that. Make sure you have somebody that speaks Spanish. Anyway, so he spoke a little bit of English. So he was like, "I got a restaurant. You want to come with me?" And we was like, "Nah, we're not. Nah, we good." So he kept harassing us. Like, he kept coming after. He's like, "Yo, no, come on, man. You guys look like you're hungry. Come to the restaurant or whatever." So we was like, "All right, we'll do it." So we walk with this dude or whatever. He takes us around one corner and takes us around another corner. So now, you know, my spider senses is going off, you know, because, you know, we New Yorkers, so we always on point. Like, you know, we figuring like, hey, something about to happen here. So like, I'm thinking like, yo, I'm about to hit this dude so hard, bro. If somebody comes out here, I'm gonna lay him out. I was like, I might get laid out from other people with it, but he's gonna be laid out. So my boys behind me, and we're all thinking we're in sync. We're all thinking the same thing. So it gets crazy because he takes us around another corner, and we don't know where we going right now, right? But lo and behold, he took us to a restaurant, and bro, it was probably the best experience that we ever had. So we got there. The restaurant owner came out. We told him that we're the New York Travel Guards. This is what we're doing, bro. Right then and there, he was liking us. We were just out there. He bought us some drinks. We was chilling, talking to him, and telling him everything that we were doing. Did some videotaping, bro. He bought us some food. Food was very good. And then, like, I had some shrimp, Ron had some beef. It was excellent food. And then like after that, like maybe an hour or two into it, he was really liking us. He was like, "Hey, you guys want to go to a club?" We was like, "Yeah." Now mind you, we in Olis and t-shirts or whatever. He's like, "You want to go to a club?" I was like, "Let's do it." So we literally go to a club, a day club or whatever, go out there, dancing and everything, having a blast, bro.
Yep.
It was bananas. Like it was
Yeah.
so cool and everything, and just being in that moment, that experience was just so dope. And then he had us come back the next day to shoot his entire restaurant, which was also his house. So we did that. We brought the video cameras out. We shot the entire thing. They made Cuban sandwiches for us. We went into the back, into the kitchen. It was just an amazing experience, and everything is on our YouTube channel. New York Travel Guides.
Yeah, so make sure y'all pay. Yeah, y'all. And I'm gonna put your the YouTube, all that, your Instagram, YouTube channel, all that down here, so y'all can go check the videos out, see what he's talking about, and just see how it's all done. That sounds like a cool little gig, man. Getting sponsored or whatnot. I'm gonna have to talk to you about that as far as getting sponsored with these restaurants and whatnot, Airbnb possibly. So yeah, we're gonna have to talk on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. So Cuba, man, Cuba is a great place to visit. You got, your beautiful beaches. And for the fellas out here, that's listening, beautiful ladies as well. And for the ladies, I don't know, maybe they got some good men out there for you. I don't know. But yeah, good food, of course. You got some Cuban sandwiches that you can eat on. Never had it. Definitely have to try it. And you know what? The culture is rich in Cuba. The culture, the music, the dancing, the old cars. It's definitely like you stepped into a time capsule and just went back in time for a little bit. So definitely put Cuba on your list if it's not already. So with that being said, man, hey, Fonz, it looked like we have finally touched down in Jamaica. So welcome, yeah, man. Let's go ahead.
Yes.
We off the plane. We stretching our legs. We ready to hit the ground running. So what is the first thing that you recommend while we here?
All right, so Jamaica. So most people, when they go to Jamaica, man, it's all about the tourist traps and things of that nature. And honestly, yes, I did all that and been to all those different places. So like, we like to experience different parts of Jamaica. So like last time we went, we were in the country. We went down to Westmoreland, and bro, it is amazing. So where we stayed, we had an Airbnb. So we did our Airbnb, and it was in what they call White House. So we were kind of like up in the mountains, so to speak. The views were just nostalgic, bro. It was like literally, bro. I stood outside and just looked, because where you can see it, so where we were at, like we're up in the mountain or whatever. So the house is up there, beautiful house, big old pool, like 4 or 5 bedrooms. But the view from the pool overseas over the mountains, then you got all the trees, and then it goes, just you see a little bit of road, and then it goes right into the water. And bro, it was the most amazing view that I've ever seen, just with my own eyes. You know what I mean? Right over there is, and most people probably know this, there's a Sandals over there in that area. But if you know what Sandals is expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's super expensive. So you can get something just as nice or even nicer up in the mountains right there by Sandals or whatever. You're just a little, they're lower down, you're a little bit above, whatever. But it is amazing, bro. Like, and so, then from there, there is a little spot that I really, really like. So Westmoreland is right next to St. Elizabeth, and there's a border, and they call it the border. So right at the border, so right when Westmoreland meets St. Elizabeth, right there on the border, which most people do not know about, there is like a little, I would call it a like a little marketplace. But it's like the marketplace is, everybody's out there and they are serving up all types of food. Now, one thing that I love to eat in Jamaica is, the fried fish or escovitch fish and things of that nature. They have those, bro, amazing. So they have so literally there's a young kid or whatever walking around with a fish in his hand, the fried fish fried or whatever. There's some ladies out there with some bami. I don't know if you know what bami is. It's a cassava.
Okay.
So the way they make it, so it's a cassava. So the way they make it, they take the cassava, they put it in some milk, So it sits in the milk for a little while. Then you sit in the milk for maybe an hour or so, and then as it soaks with the milk, then you take it and then you fry it or whatever. It's amazing, so good, so good.
Interesting.
So they had some of that. They had like another thing called festival, which is like a fried dough or whatever. It's like a sweet fried dough. Also amazing. They eat that a lot with the fish and things of that nature. And this whole strip is all different people with different types of food. They got the shrimp and all types of stuff over there, whatever. So that's honestly like the first place that I like to go and just go get my fix on my bami and my fish and stuff like that. So it's so amazing, bro. Like, and then but people there, I tell you this, they will harass you. You know what I'm saying? If you go through there or whatever, they will come after you and be like, "Hey, buy mine, buy mine, buy mine." You know. So one thing I do recommend is get there kind of early, because as it gets later in the night, the food don't taste as good, in the evening or whatever, because they're trying to get rid of those last fish because it's already fried, and like I said, they're walking around with it in their hand. So they're like, yeah, and there's a lot of times little kids walking around and serving the food or whatever. But it's amazing. You go right there, you just pull your car over to the side, and you just walk the little strip right there, and you can enjoy stuff over there. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, see, a lot of folks when they think about Jamaica, a lot of times, the tourism, we always think about Montego Bay, Negril, Ochos Rios. So those are definitely the places you can visit, get you in, a lot of folks, they like to do the all inclusive. So you can do that, but do something different. Sometimes, change it up. It's okay to change it up. You can always go back to the all inclusives, but try the Airbnbs, try a local chef, try the local foods and whatnot. And I think you may not be disappointed. You never know. Don't knock it till you try it. So in terms of things to do where you're at and located, what are some things you recommend us to do while we're here?
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, Ron really loves waterfalls. That's his thing. He loves to go to waterfalls, bro. He loves them joints, and I can see why, bro. The joints is beautiful. So there's one called Benta River Falls. So that one, it has I believe 7 different waterfalls over there. So we took the family over there, bro, and it was amazing. So as soon as you get over there, there's some people, they'll come down and they'll come and see you. They'll come meet you, and then they'll start taking you over there. Of course, you give them a little bit of money after the tour is done, but they'll take you through the entire waterfall, whatever. And it's just amazing. Make sure you got some water shoes, because it is slippery as hell out there, bro. So,
Right.
we was going and we had the family, so everybody's holding hands and going through there, but the water, it was just amazing, bro. It was crystal clear water. It's just going, like you can literally just kind of drink that water, bro. That's how good it was, bro. It's an amazing experience. They take you through, show you all the different types of plants and stuff like that. I didn't see no ganja, just if anybody was wondering or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did see some, but it wasn't there.
Right. Because I got a story on that too. Because I was in Jamaica, so yeah, it's kind of funny. Most folks they think of Jamaica, they Bob Marley and ganja and marijuana and all that good stuff. Which for those 420 folks who out there, they do have it. I can tell you that they do have it. It's out there, and
it's plentiful.
I'm gonna tell you, yes, in abundance. I'm gonna tell you this. Now, I was at a resort. I believe it was the Rio, if I'm not mistaken. Now, all you have to do, you can pretty much ask anybody in Jamaica, whether it's the waiter or waitresses, whether it's the tour guide, whoever, whatever local that you see, asking about it, man, they'll let you know. Oh, you want to get from, matter of fact, they may even have it for you. You may run into them like, oh no, what you need? I got what you need. They may have other stuff. I don't know. That's not, wherever your lane is, stay in your lane. But if you are in 420 lane, then yeah, they got that for you. And then also, it's funny how it's actually illegal if I remember correctly.
It is.
Yeah, it's actually illegal in Jamaica, But for whatever reason, I mean, they allowed us just to smoke right there in the at the hotel. We had to go a little ways, little ways or what have you.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
depending on the hotel, but depending on the resort and what have you, they say go take care of your business, but go down there, man. Go down a little bit of a little ways, man. So you don't want to get caught and get all that. But that's kind of a little story on that. But yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Joe. It was just an amazing experience. So another thing we went to, and we did this. It is a little touristy, but we always wanted to go down there because I'm big into liquor. Like my favorite thing is bourbons. I do like some rums as well. So we went down to the was the Apple Estate, Appleton Estate. So yeah, we went down there, and it was an amazing experience, bro. On how their distillery and how they make the rum, showing all the different processes. So we actually went through the whole thing and went through the whole process. So they went from how it goes from the molasses and being into the liquor and things of that nature, and we actually tasted it. So they also use cane sugar. So we actually, they had a mill there where we had me and my son, we were pushing the mill to squeeze out the juice out of the sugar cane or whatever. And they just pretty much squeezed it out dry. So we drank some sugar cane juice. We also, they went to where the molasses was, and they had this big pot of molasses. So they was, it was like a big machine that was kind of stirring it around. So they took out some molasses and let us taste it. And honestly, that molasses was so good. It was like, all I needed was some biscuits, bro, to sop it in there and eat. You know what I mean? That's the country. That's the country. That's my mother's countryside coming out right now.
Yeah,
But
that's good though. Yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, man. And then after we went through the whole thing, we actually did a tasting. So we tasted the different blends of the rum, from the 8-year to the 12-year to like I think there was a 20+ year rum. So we had the different tastes, and then with the 7-year blend, I think it was 7 or 8 years. We actually drunk that. They had us drink that with with chocolate, and it gave it a whole different taste. It was pretty amazing. It's actually, you could probably see that on my Instagram page or whatever. We put that up or whatever. But it gave it a whole different taste of just having the bitter chocolate with the rum. It was a really great experience, bro. So that was a lot of fun. Especially for like a geek like me when it comes to liquors like that. So that was pretty awesome. Then just to get on the other side of Jamaica, because we did go down to Kingston as well. Well, before I get there, there was another part of Jamaica that I really really liked, and it is on the other side too. It's St. Thomas. So I went out to St. Thomas, and I took some notes here. There was a spot. Okay, so it's called the Bath Fountain Hotel and Spa. Now, so I went there because my boy wanted to go out there because they had this mineral water spa that's supposed to be really good for your skin and your body and stuff like that. Excuse me. So we went there, and so we went into the hotel and we went into the spa, and the spa was pretty nice. It was pretty dope. You got in the water, you just felt it. It was really warm and things of that nature. And, it just felt like it was rejuvenating your body, right? So, unbeknownst to us, right there where that hotel is, it's literally like the mountain is like right there. So anyway, as we're coming out, there's some people over there, and they're like, hey, come over here. So we was like, okay. So they came over to us. They was like, do you want to go up there, up the mountain or whatever? And I was like, all right, let's do it. So they took us up to the mountain or whatever. And bro, I tell you, it was like one of those hot springs up there. And I tell you, it was the best experience. So pretty much when we got up there, they were telling us how enriched the dirt was there. So the dirt was super, super enriched, and it's really good for your skin. So they took the dirt and stuff like that, and they was like, yo, take your shirt off. We took our stuff. Yo, they rubbed us down completely from head to toe, completely in the dirt or whatever. And you're supposed to sit there and just let it sit on your skin. And it was very it was moisturizing your skin. It was just so good for you. And it was just really like you felt it. All these women out there doing their stuff on their face and everything. They just need to go out there, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
was all natural. It was amazing, bro. So then after they did that and they dried it a little bit on us, that we just laid out on the rocks, they actually gave us massages while we were out there. So they gave us massages and
Ooh,
things of that nature. Yeah, I'm telling you this. And we didn't expect this because we were just going to this hotel.
right.
We knew nothing about that side.
Right,
So they gave us
right.
the massages and everything. So then they was like, all right, now you can go to the spring and rinse it off, whatever. Dude, I went into the spring. I tell you, bro, that's the hottest water. And I don't like hot water. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife, she likes to, take showers and it's burning. You know what I'm saying? Peeling your skin off.
Burning, yeah.
That's what that water felt like, bro. I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's so hot. But the experience, bro, was amazing.
Mhm,
It was
mhm.
amazing, bro. Like when I came from down there, I felt so rejuvenated. And you just
Right.
you tip them or whatever. Once everything is over, because that's what they're there. They're there to make money or whatever. So you give them a nice
Of
tip,
course.
and but like the experience, my brother, is amazing, 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 amazing.
Yeah.
And
It sound like it, man. So
mhm.
if you guys want to get like your skin right, that yeah, you definitely want to hit Jamaica. And what was the name of this name of this place again?
It was called the Bath Fountain Hotel and Spa in St. Thomas.
Bath Fountain Hotel and Spa in St. Thomas. Don't forget it. Write it down. Take a picture. You know the
Mm-hmm.
rest. So yeah, go. So yeah, what else you got for us in Man, you got a lot of the hidden gems in Jamaica. So yeah, let's continue. This is a good trip
All
right
right.
here.
Yeah, definitely. So the next spot that I definitely recommend, and this is by far my favorite place in Jamaica. It's called Hellshire
Mm-hmm.
Beach. Now, me and
Mm-hmm.
Ron is one of our things when we go away. We, like I said, we always have a chef, but there's another thing that we
Mm-hmm.
always like, and we always want authentic food on the beach. So
Mm-hmm.
Hellshire. So we got there, and on in Hellshire, it's a nice beach. Water is beautiful as usual, but also on that
Mm-hmm.
whole strip, there's nothing but little huts that are little restaurants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we went to a certain one because we got some connections out in Jamaica. So one of my uncle, he suggested that we go see this one gentleman or whatever out there. So we went out there, and he had us set up with him. So we set up with him. So we sat down, and there's a nice little hut. They got little beach chairs and stuff out there. So we got out there. First, we started off, and one of my favorite beers, Red Stripe, in Jamaica. So we had my red
Mm-hmm.
stripe. So they give you this red stripe. Dude, it was probably the coldest red stripe I ever had. It was just so like it just quenched my thirst so well. So then
Mm-hmm.
now this is the best part. So then they ask
Okay.
you to order your food. So they order your food, and you order your food, and you tell them what you want. So they have from fried fish, escovitch fish. They have lobster. You can fry, you can grill it, however you want or whatever. So we ordered a spread. So we had the fish, we had the lobster, we ordered some conch. So
Mm-hmm.
literally, the dude
Mm-hmm.
went to the ocean, to the ocean,
Uh-huh.
to his boys in the ocean. So his boys
Yep.
in the ocean is coming off the boat. So you see the boat coming up. He goes
Mm-hmm.
over there. He picks up the stuff. He brings over the lobsters and the conch to me, and he goes, "Which one? Which one you want?" I was like,
Ooh.
"That one, that one, that one." I was like, "Yeah, that's good." Literally
Mm-hmm.
took it from the ocean. The fish, which one you
Mm-hmm.
want? Took it. So we told him which one we wanted. He took that fish. He took that joint onto the grill. Onto the grill.
Fresh. Mm-hmm.
Did they thing to it as far as their seasoning and stuff like that? And then boom, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I tell you,
Mm-hmm.
that is the best tasting lobster I have ever had in my life. It was a grilled
Man.
garlic lobster.
That sounds delicious, man.
My
Hey,
brother.
you know what? We're gonna have to. So, okay. This is Hellshire Beach. Is that what
Yes,
that
sir.
is?
Yes,
Hellshire
sir.
Beach.
Hellshire
Okay,
Beach.
so y'all make sure y'all note that Hellshire Beach. So when you go to Hellshire Beach, you just go on the beach. You say you order your meal. They go right there to the water, to the ocean. Get what you want. Actually, which one you want. and then grill it, season it, and then it's to your plate. So it is real fresh. I don't know how fresh. I don't think it get too much fresher than that. So not
Nah,
unless you
bro.
want it live. So, but yeah, man, this is a good trip, man. You take us on a great tour guide. I'm liking it. Yeah. What else you got for us? We eating good. We eating
Yeah,
good. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So we eating
Skin
good, and then
good.
if you want something else to do, a couple of different things, with the family, going back over to actually going into the grill. We went down to the
Mhm.
grill, and we went down to one spot, which was fun with the kids. It's called Cool Runnings Water Park. It's an awesome, awesome little water park. Not too crazy as far as like being too big where you got to go and a lot of lines and stuff like. Unless it's just the time we went, but bro, we had an amazing time. They had the tubes and things of that nature. Kids was just running around, splashing in the water. It was just a good time, to have, especially if you got kids or whatever. Definitely will keep them occupied
Mhm.
for a long time. And then by the time they
Mhm.
get home, they're gonna be done. You know what I mean? So lots of fun
Yeah.
there. Also, too, we also went down to the Jamaica Zoo down there,
Mm.
and a lot of people don't know about the zoo in Jamaica, but yeah, the Jamaica Zoo, very exotic animals out there.
Yeah.
So a lot of exotic birds, and they even had some monkeys there.
Mhm.
They had all right. So let me tell you this one story. Um, so we were going down, and we were walking around, and we were walking with another group of another family, and the family
Mhm.
was from England. So they were from England, cool family, and then you had us, and we were just chilling. So then we were all together.
Mhm.
So pretty much around the last part of the thing, they took us back to where the lions were or whatever.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wait, why is there
Mhm.
lions in Jamaica? You know what I mean? So anyway, so they took us back to the lion. And my brother, I'm gonna tell you this, man. These lions look terrible, bro. Like they look like they was about to tear somebody apart. So
Mhm.
the dude, the lion keeper or whatever, in order to get them to roar or whatever, he was so they were sitting at the fence or whatever, and he was
Mhm.
pulling their whiskers or whatever, and I was like, yo, what is going on
Ah.
here, bro? So he pulled it. So then now the lion is, bro, this lion
Mhm.
had the devil in his eye, bro, because he was like, dude, yeah, you remember those cartoons where they be running like this or whatever, and to get
Mhm.
the speed up or whatever. So he was
Yep.
literally doing that. He was doing that in the thing because it was like real slippery in there or whatever. So he was pawing and he was like, rah, rah, right. So
Ooh.
the way that they had this lever where
Mhm.
pretty much you just pull the lever and then the lions can go where they want to go or whatever, not where they want to go, not out to us or whatever,
Oh,
but it opens up another
okay.
gate. It opens up
Okay.
another gate to another area or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm in my mind, because I'm just like, yo, what happens if he hits the wrong lever and he opens up the wrong part, right? So
Gone.
mind you, now back to the little girl, the little people, the people from England or whatever. They
Mhm.
had a daughter there, and the daughter, she sounded just like Peppa Pig or whatever, right? So, so in my mind, and I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry, I'm bad, So in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, if they hit the wrong lever, like, yo, I'm out, right? I'm like, and because they're gonna come after something. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, Peppa Pig, but I'm gonna push down Peppa Pig and let.
Survival
uh,
of the fittest,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
Survival
So
of
like,
the fittest. Hey, sorry, little girl.
so, but the funny thing was, my son, he was smart because he was way up on top or whatever. Because he was like, "There's no way I'm going that close." Like, bro, like literally, like you see, like this thing, my pad here. Like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
this is how close we was to that fence with the lions, bro. Like, literally,
Mm-mm.
it was
Yeah.
it was crazy. I've never been that close to a lion. Never want to be that
Mm-mm.
close to a lion again. But bro, it was a crazy experience. But it was fun. The kids had fun. Um,
Right.
they brought out some like boa constrictors and a bunch of other little animals, whatever, and we all took pictures with it. Put them
Mm-hmm.
around your neck, and they took pictures and everything like that. So it was definitely a cool experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So yeah, man, if y'all didn't know, man, Jamaica got a zoo. You can see all exotic birds and exotic monkeys and lions and whatnot. Also, they got a water park that I didn't even know about. I guess it's called Cool Runnings Water Park. if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's something you should try out, especially if you got family, got the kids with you. Keep them busy for the day, tire them out, wear them out. By the time they get home, they be ready to go to sleep. Matter of fact, they'll probably be sleeping on the way home in the car. So cool. Now we are gonna have to start wrapping it up. We're gonna head to the souvenir shop, gift shop, and pick out some things before we head back on this flight back home. But before we do that, or as we are doing that, what anything else you got left for Jamaica before we head on out?
Yeah, I mean, you got this. There's another restaurant if you like to eat on the beach, which I love to
Mm-hmm.
do. There's another little restaurant in the grill. It's called Little Negril, and they're
Mm-hmm.
literally right on the beach as well. And
Mm-hmm.
they usually have like you can literally see the chef behind you cooking up
Mm-hmm.
your food, man. So they did a nice little lobster, the fish and the bami and the festival and the oxtail and all that good stuff, your curry, things of that nature. So it was a pretty amazing spot as well. And then right there is a little
Mm-hmm.
coffee shop also that has like some good ice cream and shakes. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Patsy's Coffee Shop or whatever. So, after that with the kids, we just walked on the beach, went down to Patsy's, had some ice cream. Bro, it was just a dope experience, man. Like, I love Jamaica. I love the Jamaican people out there. They're so, warm and, willing to help and do whatever they needs to be done to please you, and it's amazing. Even though Jamaica does get a bad rap, um, it does get a bad rap, but I mean, you have those parts of the Jamaica that are bad, just like you have those parts that are bad in New York and wherever else you live. So it's really all about your street smarts. That's one thing
Mm-hmm.
that I always try to recommend to people is like your street smarts is what will carry you over. If now a lot of people don't have it, so that's why they be getting into trouble or
Right.
something happened to them or whatever. Because like I said, my spider senses come on, I'm out. You know what I mean? So if you know how to
Start
move,
tingling, huh?
yeah. If you know how to move,
Yep.
man, you'll have a great time. You'll stay away from all the craziness or whatnot. But yeah, Jamaica's
Mm-hmm.
amazing, man. It's just so much to do. It's such a beautiful country.
Right. Now, do Americans, do we have to have passports or anything like, or not passports? We know you have to have passports, but visas or
No,
vaccinations,
you don't need.
anything like that?
Nope, you don't need no visa to go to Jamaica. You don't need no vaccination or anything like that. You can just book your ticket and go to Jamaica, man. Yeah, that's
Cool,
it.
cool, cool, cool. Yeah, man, put Jamaica on your list if it's not already. It's a ton of things to do, whether you're doing the tourist things or where you're doing the local things. Man, travel it has a whole ton of just things going on along with it. So whatever it is, whatever your taste may be, go ahead and do it. I always like to recommend the local cuisines, the foods, the people, the experience in general. Go ahead, you can mix it with the little tourist stuff too as well. I also have to recommend one of the tourist things that I personally enjoyed. It's a waterfall. It is Dunn's Rivers Fall. So that is, I
Oh yeah,
believe
I've
it is
been there.
Ochos Rios. Beautiful,
Hmm.
beautiful waterfall, beautiful beach. And it's like it's a group activity. You, your people, and your group, whoever hikes up a waterfall, man, in different places. You stop and do a little bit of swimming, a little bit of sightseeing, pictures, or what have you. So Jamaica is just a ton of things to do in Jamaica, whether it's the food, whether it's the waterfalls and excursions, and just a lot going on in Jamaica. So we had a good time. Unfortunately, we have to head back home, so we got to catch this flight. Don't want to miss that. And as we head back home, Fonz, we have one last segment for us, and that is called the lightning round. And in this round, I'm gonna ask you a list of questions. All right. And it's rapid fire. You have to answer them as quickly as possible. So no time to be thinking and all that and getting your thoughts together. And then also you only have one word answer. So no sentences, no backstories, just short and simple. Keep it, sweet and just let's get it going. Now, are you ready?
I think so.
Yes, sir. So, question number one. What is your favorite airline?
JetBlue,
What is your favorite hotel or accommodation?
Airbnb,
What is your favorite cruise line?
Carnival,
What is your favorite state?
New York,
What is your favorite country?
Jamaica,
I think I know this answer already, but what is your favorite hotel or accommodation booking site?
Airbnb or
Yep. What is
Expedia.
your favorite, or okay, what is your favorite flight booking site?
Kayak.
What is one thing that Fonz must bring on all his trips?
My travel kit.
Where do you want to go next?
Japan.
What other state would you live in?
Cleveland.
What other country would you live in?
Panama.
Last question. What is your favorite travel podcast?
The Global Travel Podcast.
Good answer. Good answer. Much appreciated, bro. Much appreciated. Hey, man, thank you so much, Fonz, for stopping by, showing love on all the
Yeah, no
travel
doubt,
insights with Jamaica. Yeah, much appreciated. And then to all my travelers out there, I will put his YouTube and Instagram and all that access. So if you got any more questions about Jamaica or traveling or food or what have you, what they do, just you have access to him, pick their brain. He's a wealth of knowledge. So you definitely want to get that access as soon as possible. So ladies and gentlemen, you know what time of day it is. We are approaching our home airport. So the plane is now descending. So I need you back into your seats, buckle up, trays up in the seats in an upright position. But before we land, Fonz, if you can do us a huge favor, if you can give us one last piece of travel advice before we land.
One last piece of travel advice. Let's see. I can't think of the name of the app, but there's an app. I can't think of the name of it or whatever. But what you need to do is research your places before you go. Meaning, so let's say, for instance, when I went to Trinidad, there was it has different codes as far as, for traveling. So if there's like a code 1, you're good. Code 2, it's like a little alarming. Code 3, Code 4, no, you don't want to go. So you want to do your research before you go to your different places or whatever. Also, to find out where the consulate is, so that you have all that information. You have the number just in case anything goes wrong, anything like that. You lose your passport, things of that nature. You want to have all that stuff, readily available, so that you can call them or whatever, or get there. So have the address to all those places as well, and also check your countries and make sure that that you're not going on high alert.
Yeah. Well said, man. Hopefully y'all are taking notes and paying attention. Definitely some great travel knowledge and travel tips for you. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally landed. You can now unbuckle your seatbelts, grab your belongings, and exit the cabin. Thank you for flying here with us at the Global Travel Podcast. And we'll see you guys on our next trip. If you would like to be a guest on our show and tell us about your travel experiences, then leave us a comment in the comment section below so we can reach out to you. Also, if you have any countries, states, or cities that you'd like us to review, please let us know so we can plan a trip there. Lastly, if you got some good value today and liked our podcast, please hit the like button and click subscribe so you can travel with us again next time. So subscribe right now because you don't want to miss the next trip. With that being said, over and out.